Good morning, everyone, and welcome to another live trading webinar. Roland said good morning to everyone. Good morning, my friend Roland. Ruben, how are you doing? Good morning, Ruben. Larry said good morning, Theo. Good morning, Larry. William, welcome to the live webinar. Good morning, William. Mladen, hello to everyone. Hello, Mladen. Maria Julia said good morning all in this beautiful sunny day. I'm wondering where are you based, Maria Julia, because you described this day as a beautiful and sunny day. So Mogiol, how are you doing, my friend? Good morning to everyone by Mogiol. Mr. Nick, welcome to this live webinar. Janice, Kalimera Theo, and good morning, everyone. Good morning, Janice. Thank you very much. Mogiol commented that it is extremely sunny in Maldives today as well. Lucky you're based in Maldives. For us, it's a dream destination. And I assume for many of the people that we are on this side of the world. You are in Monaco. That's awesome. William said that in Belgium it's raining. Wow. We live in all over the world, but we have the opportunity to meet in this webinar, and that's fantastic. So guys, let's start with a risk warning. And this content is for general information only and is not intended to provide any trading or investment advice or any kind of personal recommendation. In case you are new here and you don't know how to do fundamental analysis or where to find fundamental analysis, you can refer to the podcast area on our website, and we upload new episode every single week. Mobile application, it's useful, and please make sure you download it. So let's kick in and let's check the calendar. Today in Australia, early this morning, the trade balance announced. The market expectancy was from 10, almost and half million to go to 11, and it rose to 11.3, which can give some higher prices for the Aussie dollar. Right after that, in China, the service purchase manufacturing index for the month of July reported as 54.1, as you can see here. Consumer price index in Switzerland is about to be reported. Maybe it's already been reported so far. Expectancy was to go from 1.7 and to 1.6. I'll check here very quick on the calendar for the outcome. But anyway, guys, when we check the charts, it's going to be a bit noticeable. It stays at 1.6 as per the forecast. I just checked it. So we don't expect that much of a move on the Swissy. Bank of England is about to report rates later this afternoon. They are keen to raise the rates from 5% to 5.25%. We'll see if that's going to happen. Anyhow, the markets, they've been in a bullish sentiment about the pound. They are optimistic. And the actual number will determine how the sterling will move. And in the afternoon, the last major event will be the ISM Purchase Manufacturing Index in the US. Expectancies to be around 53. Again, any number above 50, that's set as a benchmark. It's favorable for the currency. Now, we are ready to check the charts. Any more comments? Irene said hi to everyone. Hello, Irene, and welcome to the webinar. Johnny said, be happy for the good weather. We have rainy and cold almost every day in the Czech Republic. Wow. I think you guys need to visit Cyprus for a while. We are burning here every single day. Biniam, it's been a while to see your name here. Hi and welcome, Biniam. Ruben said that in Madrid it has a nice sun. That's good. Mr. Darshan, thanks God we start talking about the pound and you comment on the chat. Pound, it's seriously bad for that. That's true. So it's nice to have also some fun on the webinar. Yes, I'm sure you enjoyed as well. So Great British Pound. We are on the daily chart and on the correct screen this time. Yep. So price made a series of lower lows and lower highs. We want to see some retracement before we start selling. Or if we go to the 4-hour chart and we see some kind of consolidation that we didn't see actually. Remember, 4-hour charts, extremely powerful strategy is when you see a strong candle, let's say bearish candle, and after the New York session, usually around the end of the New York session, that 4-hour candle, and then the 2 4-hour sessions followed in Sydney and in Asia sessions, stay within a small price range. Usually a breakout occurs to the downside. When it occurs, it's a significant directional move. So with the pound, it's just moving to the downside. So from this point, we are looking for shorts. After we saw a lower low, a confirmed lower low, we had the lower high in place, and the only thing we want is to sell and only sell. But again, it's going to be a significant news event coming to maybe support bullishness in the pound. We don't know how it's going to follow through. So that's what we can see from the charts and combined with the fundamentals. This is the weekly chart on the euro US dollar. Price again made higher highs and higher lows. A correction is seen on the chart. Price broke below the 50-day moving average or the 10 weekly moving average. On the daily chart, lower highs again and lower lows. We have a new area of support that is identified based on this chart pattern that calls swing low. And it's this one here. It's a strong support. In technical analysis, we consider this, when I do analysis, I consider this as a possible target, but because there is a stronger support at this point here, I will be looking to buy at this area. Now, if I was shorting, I will be cautious around this, let's call it S1, to make sure to take some profits out of the table, but I'm not in any trade. Australian dollar, extremely weak. Extremely weak. The Aussie, that's the support we can see. From honestly, it's only sales. I mean, who wants to buy this market? Someone wants to buy maybe on the 1-minute chart with a very conservative and with a series of higher highs and higher lows, but any 4-hour chart, any hourly chart, everywhere, it's just scream for sales. New Zealand US dollar, the same. Selling opportunities on the weekly chart. We are the price approaching this area of support, and then if it's gonna break this area of support, the next support can be seen. It's exactly the low of this doji candle. Back to the daily chart. Zoom out a little bit, and you can clearly identify that these two are strong areas of support, right, guys? Right, Theo, thank you so much. No, I'm joking. I'm just looking to myself. Yeah. Darshan commented, why do I call it great? Those days when it was $4 equal to £1. That's true. Nathalie asked, could you please review gold? Yes, we will check the gold soon. Next one. USD JPY, higher highs and higher lows. We said from yesterday, we are looking for long positions. I don't see anything that is considered as a high probability based on my trading style. Still in this trade, US dollar, Canadian dollar, I'm looking to take profits right at the top here. So far, it's going well. It's only bullishness. We see impulse directional candles at this point here. We commented why this trade was a very promising trade, high probability actually, because first, we are on the daily chart and we identify the false breakout. So lower low, and also with the false breakout, the RSI showed positive divergences. Therefore, it looks for some bullishness to come in this market. Sellers, they try to push the price lower, but bullish engulfing here marked the beginning of this accumulation. So I'm still long on this one. Also, I'm still long on the USD CHF from this bullish engulfing here. A similar setup. Market went for a significant period of time without any correction. And again, when we trade currencies, it's a hell of a different story than we trade stocks. We can trade stocks using CFDs, as CFDs. We can also trade the currencies, but the currencies are more known for their cyclical environment. Currencies, they tend to cycle much better than these stocks. Therefore, when we see a strong directional move, at least 50%, at least at some point, 50% or ideally 61.8%, it's going to be retraced. I'm not saying it happens all the time, but I'm saying it's an extremely, extremely high probability that this will happen. And remember, it's been a while. We were watching this pair. Fib tool can be used from the high 100% to the low 0%. 61.8 is here. It coincides with, if we look at the left, with an inside resistance, powerful, extremely powerful inside resistance, because on the left, if we look at the chart on the left of this low, there is no violation from the previous two candles. And on the right, we want only one violation, and it appears after a few months, maybe 3 months here. From 27th of April, it appears on the 10th of July. So this makes it a significant area of resistance. But using the Fib tool as an additional information, we identified that the golden ratio, that's the 61.8%, it coincides exactly where the inside resistance is. Therefore, there is a very strong tendency of the market to crave to run upwards and tap into this strong area. And from this point, who knows what's going to happen? Maybe we're going to see penetration. Maybe the price will false break and reject it. Who knows? The only thing we identified is a clear opportunity for a 2-to-1 and 3-to-1 trade from this point, if it will work in our favor. So far, it shows that it's working, and I'm still in the trade. When we are trading the daily chart, again, I repeat that, maybe we will monitor a market for 2 months, and we identify the tradable opportunity, but when the price appears in that area, maybe it won't give us the signal that we are looking for to take the trade. And That's where traders, they have to discipline their frustration and their emotional state. Okay, so we are approaching, price approaching this area of resistance, and we would like to find some ways to sell it. For me, but from the bottom, I'm looking to get out of the trade right here. Euro JPY, inside candle yesterday on the daily chart. Again, for me, it's very tricky. I wouldn't trust to sell from here because there is a strong resistance at this point, and I'm not gonna be surprised to see the price move upwards and false break to the downside. I will be looking for that one. Next, pound JPY, similar scenario, similar pattern. For intraday traders, of course, today you're gonna most likely we're gonna be looking to sell, not to buy, because we have a bearish candle. But we have to understand, that's a 5-minute chart, that the probabilities are not that high in our favor based on the big picture. Australian dollar JPY, the extreme weakness of the market, and that's very predictable, to be honest. So someone who traded from the resistance, the downward trend line resistance here, where a point gave extremely good reward to risk. Let's move on. DAX, we'll see DAX in a while. Let's check the gold. Finally, I got out of the trade yesterday with a take profit target. Remember, I sold there with a stop loss there, and I got out of a trade. It was somewhere here or somewhere there, sorry. Market is still making lower highs and lower lows, which is good. We look for the next opportunity. For me, next opportunity, I want to see a cycle, like lower highs, lower lows. I would like to see white candles or green candles, and then I'll try to sell it. I don't sell the market with a bearish candle. Why? Because the move is already gone. The market already took its direction. You don't want to jump on the train when it's going with 100 miles an hour. You want to jump on the train when it's going with 2 miles an hour. That's what called correction. Binian asked to check the Australian dollar, Canadian dollar, and the Australian dollar Swissy. We can do that. So Australian dollar, Canadian dollar. We are not surprised to say it out loud that this again screams for short. Daily chart, lower highs, lower low, crystal clear downtrend on the 4-hour, on the 1-hour chart. To capitalize on the move, the way I see it is waiting in any time frame to see correction, either in the format of consolidation and breakout to the downside, or to see a cyclical environment like this one here, and then to find some price action around a confluence of supporting factors like price retested a broken swing or an inside resistance, and it coincides with a Fibonacci 61.8% or 50%, ideally 61.8%, and maybe a downward trend line also price touches on the downward trend line, and so on and so forth, as we said multiple times. But again, that's still for short. Do I have the Australian dollar Swissy? Australian dollar Swissy, though, maybe it's going to be a bit tricky because Swissy didn't move, to be honest. And let's find the Aussie CHF templates. Must be okay. Let's keep this one. It's fine. So Australian dollar CHF. We can see on the weekly chart lower highs and lower lows. It's been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks, guys. 7 weeks without correction. It looks like price approaches on the overbought area. It's been a while that it's stayed above 30 on the RSI indicator, and at some point the correction, it's going to come in a format of a strong bullish momentum. WTI, bearish engulfing yesterday, right at the bottom of the channel. On the 4-hour chart, though, if we find some pattern for buys, that will be ideally, for example, I could place a buy stop order above here and a stop loss there, because already the price make a new low, so it can end up as a bullish engulfing, and it's a very small range of this area, and because price is at the upward channel line, and therefore it make it a good area for longs. People's mind find it sometimes very hard to focus on the fact that after this strong seller's candle, we can buy. People, they think, oh my God, price is in a downtrend and I have to sell. But guys, for any price to go up, first it has to move down. Remember that for the rest of your trading life. We are approaching the London session. Let's check the silver. Silver is holding nicely. It's, this is the inside support that it's found, the recent one, and it's going to make it a strong area of support. But if the price breaks below, then maybe we're going to look to target the bottom. Copper, bearish engulfing, extremely nice false breakout. Honestly, price break upwards with this momentum, and then the next session bearish engulfing. So it's what to say, it's very strong. Bitcoin yesterday was trying to break above the 30,000. It ended up with this long leg dodge candle, indicates that more shorts they are about to come. But for me, here is the area of support. That's the inside support. The strongest support can be found on this price chart, and it's just below $27,000. Dow Jones sold off yesterday. Also, the indicator it's still above 50, but just came from the oversold condition. Nasdaq, it broke below the upward trend line, and it's a first signal of this market weakness. Maybe market will move downwards as well. And platinum, the last one before we check the DAX. Weekly chart, it's a bit more clear, shows more detail on the lows, and the price can tap into this area before it pushed higher. But for now, it's still short. Price makes lower highs and lower lows within a downtrend. DAX, let's check the DAX. Heavily sold off yesterday, broke below the support. The next area of support for any intraday trader, if this is going to end up as a valid breakout, it's this one here. You guys see? This one here, this low point. On the 4-hour chart, that's very suspected to end up as a false breakout, to be honest. We don't know what's going to happen. That's a bit tricky. Nevertheless, 5-minute chart. Come on, give us some green candles. What are you doing here? Even the 1-minute chart. Oh, today, the trades are not as I expect them to be. Oh, here is a low, 3 minutes, 2 minutes for the London Open. So this is a tough trading decision because the price is literally overextended. I don't want to see the candle to make a new low in the next 1 minute. That's all. Let's hope on the 1-minute chart that the next 2 candles, they will be bullish candles. So we can place a sell stop order at least here to go for 10 points. A buy stop order there leaves with also a buy stop order here. It's a good, it can be a good opportunity. So I will stick with this one. Buy stop, I'm on the 1-minute chart, guys. Okay, I'll put a buy stop there. I'll put a sell stop below here. I want to see the next candle, how it's gonna develop. Good morning from Xiao. Good morning, my friend. Okay, interesting now. Looks like we won't be able, unless it's going to push a bit higher, we won't be able to place a sell stop order here. I'm ready to place a sell stop order, guys. It's going to be very, very hard. So very quickly to check how much time left. Oh, where is the current? 1 second. I think, nah, wasn't even room to place a sell stop order. Market already gave 20 pips, 20 points. Did anyone take the trade here, guys, to the short side? Did you manage? I didn't manage, honestly. Darshan, yes, awesome, awesome. Well done. 20, that's an aggressive selling of, guys. Now, in this market condition, if anyone tried to use the Bollinger Bands, I will show you something here. Bollinger Bands. So the Bollinger Bands, the lower band expanded in the direction of the trend, and the upper band inclines upwards. That's a strong indication that this trend, it's a strong trend. And what's the idea once we identify the strong trend? We will understand based on the correction if the market, it's going to continue. Likely the market, it's going to correct it a little bit, and then it's going to continue to fall downward. Good morning, Ibrahim. Zarabayat, you took the trade too. Awesome. William, also too late to take the trade. I understand. Okay, I will just delete. I will delete the buy stop order. but really, I would love to get into this trade today because 40 points and it's still moving. Wow. Okay. That's great, but it is what it is. Didn't manage to take it. That's fine. Joshua, good morning, my friend, and welcome to our webinar. Okay, guys, I think I will leave you with this today. Remember, if you're going to trade intraday later, Bank of England will report interest rates at 2 p.m. So be a little bit cautious with your intraday trading. Here at Admirals, we always value your participation and your opinion. I will appreciate if you like and subscribe on the YouTube channel if you haven't done that. So I wish to everyone to have a fantastic day ahead, and I look forward to see you tomorrow again at the same time. Thank you so much.